Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to talk today about scarcity mindset and how it relates to manifesting romantic partners or relationships in general. I think it's easiest for me to just focus on like the one thing, so I'm gonna focus on romantic relationships for this video, but this will apply to any sort of relationship. Now, have you ever felt like the moment you meet someone, you have to rush things because there's just like some invisible timer, and you feel like you're just going to end up running out of time with them, and you just really want to make the most of things while you have this person, blah, 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 blah. Then you might want to look at scarcity mindset as it pertains to relationships. Now, this is something that you would heal within like self-concept. Whether you're doing affirmations or healing exercises, you would want to look at scarcity around relationships and why you feel that you are only worthy of things for a temporary time. Do you feel that, your partner isn't going to want to become emotionally intimate with you? Do you feel that you are only entertaining for a short amount of time? Let's see, I'm thinking of other examples. Do you feel that if people truly get to know you, there's going to be some reason that they don't want to be with you anymore or be around you anymore? Really asking yourself, did I say that weird? Really asking yourself these questions. Why does it feel like you're always running out of time and you're always trying to make the most of the time that you do have with a person? And I don't mean like in a normal, joyful way. I mean in an anxious way. If you feel a lot of anxiety around the time you spend with a partner and like every time is the last time and you just don't know if you're going to see them again, and this might not be a conscious thing. It might at the start of a relationship, and then it just kind of becomes a subconscious thing, and that anxiety is always kind of there. Then you might want to look at scarcity mindset, especially as it pertains to relationships. So how do you look at scarcity mindset? What a fantastic question. So scarcity mindset, and what is it? Scarcity mindset is that there is a fixed amount of whatever the thing is, whether it's bananas or relationships or money or love or job offers, cars that you want, whatever, houses available to you. It is the idea that there is a fixed amount, and if they run out, you will have nothing, and that you are able to run out and have nothing. And if you miss your chance, that's it for you. That these things, like you can miss out on them, basically. Now, I think that scarcity mindset is so heavily supported by mainstream conditioning. I mean, if you might be listening to this and you're like, Alex, that is how that works. But actually, no, it's not. Because in our reality, there is an abundance of everything that you will ever need. Now, we are conditioned to think the opposite of that, especially if you think of just like supply chain and, like commerce. What's it called? Like, the things that we buy every day. There's a shortage. There's issues going on with eggs right now, and then, there was a time where you couldn't get cleaning products or tissues or toilet paper, so we do see evidence of scarcity, or what looks like scarcity, in our reality, but whether or not you experience scarcity really comes from your deep core beliefs. Now, I know this can be a controversial subject, especially for people that feel very victimized by lack in their life. And so I could spend a very long time going into the complexities of that, but for the sake of this video, I am going to just say, if this doesn't resonate with you and it's upsetting to you, then I would say this video is not for you, and I'm going to move along with how we can see that we truly are always provided for and abundant in our lives, or that abundance is always available to us in our lives. This is difficult because we can get really rooted in the victim identity of not having enough, or these things just never happen for me, and we can shift blame from ourselves and whatever our core wounding is onto these other things. Like, for example, if you have core wounding around, fear around intimacy in love or relationships, being vulnerable with people, then maybe you have very short-lived relationships, or you have, relationships with people that are very shallow, or, they just never quite work out. And it can be really easy to be like, oh, I'm just never meeting the right people, like, oh, I'm sure you've heard people, like your friends on the internet or your friends in real life, talking about how, like, this gender is just, the worst, or, there's no good men out there, there's no good women out there, they're always, this, they're always that. There's a lot of excuses that can go around, but if we are consciously manifesting, then we are taking accountability for our role in creating our reality. And so that's why my video is going to be very focused on that, and not really working on converting people to the idea of that. I'm just going to assume that you're already pretty much on board with this idea. And we're going to move into how do we shift into an abundance mindset around relationships. Now, it can be really difficult. Just a year ago, I was manifesting, like a partner, and I wrote out the list of things that I wanted in that partner. And I had just, some of those things just made me feel like I really was going to have a hard time to find someone, because, if you look at the statistics, there was going to be slim numbers, compared to if I took a few things off of my list and I just said I don't care about this, but these things were very important to me, and I knew that I could not compromise on them if I was going to really honor myself. And I accepted the fact that, let's say that there's only 10 people in my state that fit this list, or not even, maybe they're not even in my state. I got to the point where it was like, it doesn't matter how few people will fit this list. There is an abundance of not, how do I phrase this? The abundance doesn't come from the idea that you're just going to randomly meet these people without any sort of divine intervention or plan or correspondence. The abundance comes from the abundance of your ability to manifest these things for yourself, the abundance of your power. So that's why there could truly be very few options out there for you. Maybe the car you want, there's only 5 in the world. And so you could very well say it's a scarcity, right? It's a rare commodity, but you need to believe that it is in abundance for you. If it is in alignment with you and it is something that you are truly able to manifest, then there's an abundance of it. It doesn't matter how few numbers there are, or how rare the opportunity is, or how hard it is to get that job. You need to believe that there is an abundance within you to deserve and be worthy of this thing that you want. So I'm just gonna throw some thoughts out there to get us back towards, okay, what does this have to do with abundance in relationships? Okay, so this video isn't I don't know, it's specific, but it's not too specific. What I'm trying to get through with this video is more so just give you starter ideas for how to look for blocks, and how to just take these prompts and see if anything resonates, and then do the internal investigation work to see how you can open yourself up more, unlock more of your own potential, do the healing, and unlock this for yourself. So I'm not going to get into very specific examples. I don't think. I'm just going to kind of shoot out a bunch of stuff for you to consider. That's the word I was looking for, consider. Okay, so now I did mention that you might feel like time is always running out for you. So that's one thing to look at. Why do you feel that people might not want to be around you for extended periods of time, or do you fear being around people, like a partner for extended periods of time? This can also apply to like jobs and other things as well. And if it does apply to other things, because scarcity is a major issue when it comes to our mindsets and blocks around manifestation. Scarcity is a huge mindset to overcome. It can take a lot of work. Can be a handful. So you might notice themes of scarcity across like all aspects of your life. And what's really cool is if you're really motivated to heal, like your romantic relationships, you might find scarcity mindsets that apply to money, jobs, like other things too. And you might be healing it because of this desire to manifest a romantic relationship. So that's what's kind of cool, is like, these blocks don't just have to be about romantic relationships. They can be very general and be like messing with multiple areas of your life. So, let's see, feeling like you're running out of time. Do you feel like this one might be more of like a priority thing, but I said I was going to give you guys ideas and prompts to investigate within yourself. So do you feel that you're asking too much to like go on dates a lot, that it's taking a lot of time and energy from your partner for them to take you on dates? Do you feel like they already work so hard, I should just be content to like hang out in the house and do nothing? Like, feel that there is an abundance for you. Focus on the fact that abundance is your birthright and something you deserve, and that because a scarcity mindset becomes like a teeter-totter, where instead of just this like perpetual, endless, abundant flow of things to you, you feel that in order for you to have something, it's taking something away somewhere else. With money, or maybe even with partners, maybe you feel like if you're dating someone, like a friend of yours is not going to be happy because your relationship is going to suffer because you're dating someone. And well, yeah, things change. That's not necessary. Like, why does it have to change in a negative way? Why does it have to be something, of such high consequence? Why can't it change in a positive way? Why can't everyone find a compromise? Like, there can be a lot of these like harsh consequences that we have created for ourselves. Like, if I'm making more money, then for some reason that means that other people are going to make less money. That's a really interesting one that I've noticed, just with like in the recent years, some of the, how do I say this, like mindsets I've seen across social movements, that if you are making more money than other people, you are somehow causing detriment to them. That's not to say that that's not like a possibility for, individuals who are truly taking advantage of other people. But I've just found it interesting that in trying to point out that that is a thing, it has somehow trickled down through the masses that you are also inherently bad for having abundance. So again, it's this teeter-totter of like, oh, well, if you are up here and now someone else is down here, like you've done this to them. So I feel like I'm gonna go off on so many more tangents. Let me like collect myself, see if I have a couple more specific relationship abundance notes, and then I will wrap things up, I promise. Okay, so this is what I thought of. I thought of, one, you might feel, that like just finding a partner is very difficult for you, because, you want to be picky, you want to have standards, and you want what you want, that it's going to be really difficult for you. No, just try shifting. I understand that when naturally the number of the things you want becomes smaller, it makes us feel like there's a scarcity around it. but there's still an abundance of the ability of you to create alignment with that thing. So don't feel that it's super difficult for you to come into alignment with the partner that has the qualities you truly know are right for you. Don't feel like once you have a partner that just because maybe they have a lot going on in their life, you need to not add to that. That is what being in a relationship is. And also, we're manifesting enjoyable experiences on this planet. So I think that maybe interesting that I said that. I think that maybe feeling that, like your partner, I'm on point number 2. I think that maybe feeling that your partner got the Italian hand out. Oh no. Feeling that your partner, like, taking you on dates is, asking too much of them. Maybe you feel that you're not enjoyable. So maybe work on that self-concept that, like, as much as you're enjoying the date, why wouldn't they also be enjoying it? Like, why is it work to go on a date with you? I feel like I'm asking myself that and not even you guys. I love revealing my own subconscious blocks on the internet. No, I'm kidding. I actually do. It's really fun. I love revealing these things about myself. It's just like fascinating at this point. Let's see. And then I think I had a third one, but the Italian hand joke killed it. So gonna wrap it up there. Yeah, this is kind of like a different format of just throwing out things that you might find helpful without it being like I don't know, it felt different to me. Maybe it doesn't feel different to you. Maybe it feels fine. I feel like that's one thing that I am working on, is not judging the content I'm putting out and the structure of it so much, because all I care about is that it's resonating with the people that it's meant to, and that I'm helping the people that, do resonate with it in some way, that I'm reaching you guys, and yeah, just trying to, bring positivity and healing with what I'm putting out there, and not judging the way that I'm doing it so much. And I'm going to call it there. So as always, info about working with me one-on-one is down below. My website is thealexandrarose.com. It'll be linked. And my Patreon, I put out extra content that is catered for my Patreon community. That information is down below. Please leave a comment, share it, but I love the comments because I love hearing from you guys. Really brightens my day. I absolutely love connecting with strangers on the internet. It's just so cool to me. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.